Odysseus, he's here, at last. He's killed all the suitors who plagued his house. Come, see for yourself.
Oh, nurse, it's the gods that have done this to you. They've made you mad. Please, let me be. Why tell me crazy stories and mock me when I have already been through so much?
What nonsense you speak! I approve it as your husband. I spotted the scar from the boar's white tusk when I washed his feet.
Mother, don't be so cruel. Do not spurn him. Ask him questions about his struggle.
My son, we two know each other very well. We have secret signs.
Telemachus, leave your mother to test me as she desires.
Strange man, I am not overwhelmed by your quick change. You're clear. Take our bed out of our bridal chamber and move it out. Spread it with fleece.
Penelope, your words hurt me so. It is impossible to move my bed. I know, I built it myself. There was a branching olive tree inside our court, fully grown like a column. Around it, I built our bedroom, finished with walls and good tight stonework. Then I cut off the leafy crown of the olive until the stump was bare. I gave it ivory, gold, and silver fittings. That's our secret, our story, I tell you!
Odysseus, it was the gods that sent us sorrow. Please do not be angry at me, because I found at first glimpse to recognize you, to greet and to hold you. I was afraid of being deceived. The Laertes fell of cunning people. Now that you've revealed such truth, you conquered my heart at last.
Dear woman, there is one more labor yet to complete. Come, we have been apart for so long.
Tell me of this trial.
I will hide nothing from you. The prophet Tiresias told me I must rove through town, carrying a well-planned oar until I come across people who know nothing of the sea. When another traveler falls in with me and calls away across my shoulder a current of air, then I must plant my oar in the earth and sacrifice fine beasts to the god of the sea, Poseidon, and at last my own death will still upon me.
If the gods will actually grant a happier old age, then let's hope we can escape this trial. I endured so much while you were away. I was forced to watch those infernal suitors trying to woo me, all while slaughtering our herds of cattle and sheep.
I too have endured much pain. I fought the Cicones on their homeland of Ismarus, and then came to the lush green land of the lotus eaters, who wiped my comrade's memory clean. I tricked the Cyclops, avenging the gallant man he devoured. I met with Aeolus, who sent me off in smiles, but the homeward run was not my fate. The Laestrygonians wrecked my fleet, and I came across the bewitching nymph Circe, who sent me to the moldering house of death, to consult Tiresias. In the house of death, I saw my poor mother and some comrades I missed so dearly. I saw the sirens who tried to lure me in, but I was tied to the mast of the ship. I skidded past Scylla and Charybdis, whom no one had ever crossed. I reached the cattle of the sun, where Zeus killed my comrades and I only had escaped death. I got to Ogyges shores, and the nymph Calypso held me back, craving me to be her husband, but I wouldn't give in. Then I came across the land of the Phaeacians, who praised me like a god. Then they shipped me to their beloved land.
Penelope, wake up.
We have both had our fair share of trials. I have much to do to recoup myself, but first I must visit my father, weighed down with grief for me. I advise you to climb to your chamber and sit there. See no one, question no one. Telemachus, swineherd, cowherd, we depart.
Memnon, great commander on the fields of Troy. We never believed you were doomed to encounter fate so early. But no one escapes its deadly force. Yet if you had died on Trojan soil, you would have won your son everlasting fame. It was not so. Fate brought a wretched death upon you.
Son of Peleus, great god like Achilles, you died on Trojan soil, and the best of Trojan and Argive champions died around you, fighting for your corpse. We would have never stopped if Zeus had not stopped us with his sudden gales. We bore you out, cleansed you, while the Danaans wept and cut their hair. Thetis, with immortal sea nymphs, let out an unearthly cry over the ocean that terrified the Achaean armies to the point that they would have leapt in panic. It was wise Nestor who settled us down, revealing the source. Sons of Achaea, don't run now. This is Achilles' mother rising from the sea. She longs to join her son who died in battle. For 17 days we held your mourning, not one soldier dry-eyed, and we gave your body to the flames of the 18th dawn. With droves of fat sheep and longhorn cattle, slaughtered your body. Your white bones rest in a gold two-handled urn, a gift from Dionysus, brilliant Achilles. Great glory is yours, Achilles, for all time, in the eyes of mankind. But Zeus had planned a pitiful death for my return at the hands of Odysseus and my wife.
Look, I see Hermes leading a group of men.
Look, Amphimedon! Amphimedon, what fate has brought you down to the dark world? You good-picked men in your prime. A recruiting captain could not have chosen better. What disaster laid you low? A shipwreck roused by Poseidon? The ranks of enemies fighting on land you tried to plunder? Answer me in truth. I was once your guest. Recall the day I visited your house in Ithaca, accompanied by King Menelaus in an attempt to urge Odysseus to join us on our campaign to Troy. That voyage cost us a month, one whole month, to bring Odysseus, raider of cities, around.
Famous Atrides, Lord of Men Agamemnon. I remember it well, and I will tell you the story of our death. We recorded Penelope, the wife of Odysseus, who had been gone so long. She neither spurned nor embraced the marriage she detested, all while she plotted our death. This was her masterful deception. A great loom was set in the royal halls, and she finally spun endless yarn, saying, "Young men, my suitors, now that King Odysseus is gone, go slowly, keen as you are to marry me, until I finish off this web. It is for old King Laertes." Despite our pride and passion, we believed her. Every night she unraveled it and began her work again at dawn. For 3 years she beguiled us with this scheme, and when the 4th year came with the passing of the seasons, one of her women revealed the truth. We caught her in the act of unraveling and forced her to finish it. Then Odysseus' son came home and they plotted our deaths. Odysseus, unrecognizable in rags, delivered the final blow as we attacked him, but he was roused by the will of thundering Zeus. Great bow and iron axes were set out to test our skill, but we fell short. In Odysseus' skilled hands, however, he strung his bow and shot through all of the axes. Then he cut Antinous down with his painful arrows, and then proceeded straight and true to shoot all of us. A god must have been helping him lead us to our slaughter. Our bodies remain untended in Odysseus' palace, Agamemnon, and it's unknown to our kin. We have not received the solemn honors owed to us, the dead.
Happy Odysseus, what a faithful wife you've won. What a good sense resided in your Penelope, remembering the man she married once. Her virtuous fame will never die, and the immortal gods will lift a song for all mankind, a glorious song for self-possessed Penelope. This is a far cry from my outrageous, unfaithful wife Clytemnestra. The song men sing of her will ring with loathing. Her name is a foul brand for even the honest ones to come.
Go into the timbered lodge and kill us the fattest porker. Fix us our meal while I test my father to see if he knows me after 20 years. There is no skill lacking in this garden. No plant, no fig, no vine, not a vegetable is deprived of your care. But your plants, do not be offended, are doing better than yourself. In shabby rags, you look like a king entitled to luxury. Whose slave are you? Whose orchard is this? Is this land truly Ithaca? There was a fellow I asked about, a long-lost friend of mine, whether he is dead or alive, somewhere in the house of death or in Ithaca. Listen, hear his story. Catch my drift. I once hosted a man claiming he was the son of Laertes, so I gave him a hero's welcome, treated him in style. When he left, I gave him 7 bars of gold, a mixing bowl of solid silver, a dozen cloaks, a dozen rugs, as many full-out capes and shirts, and 4 women.
Stranger, true this is Ithaca, but the land is in the rule of reckless suitors.
The gifts you bestowed upon your guests were for nothing. Had he been here alive in Ithaca, he would have treated you in kind. He would have entertained you. How long ago was it that you entertained your guest, my son? Man is away from his own land and his loved ones. His corpse is unable to be wrapped and unable to be mourned deeply. But now, where are you from? Your parents? Your city? Were you aboard a stranger ship, or did you come here by yourself? Tell me!
I'll tell you the whole tale, start to finish. I come from Romer Town, and my father's unsparing, son of King Pain. My name is Man of Strife. I sailed from Sicily, but some ill wind blew me here. 5 years have passed since Odysseus left my house and land. We had high hopes we'd meet again as guests, as friends. No!
It's okay! I'm Odysseus! It's okay! Odysseus, you're truly my son. Give me some proof. I must have some proof.
This scar is from the wound I bore from the white boar's tusk on Mount Parsosnos.
I see!
You sent me there to get my gifts from Autolocus. Or how about these trees? When I was little, I wanted everything I saw, and you said I could have 13 pear, 10 apple, 40 figs, and 50 vine rows.
I did! You're truly my son, Odysseus! Father Zeus, you still rule on high if the suitors have truly paid for that outrage. Oh, but I fear the Ithacans will be down upon us and spread the alarm throughout the towns.
It's okay. There's nothing to fear. Let's journey to the lodge behind the orchard. Telemachus, the swineherd, and the cowherd have been sent to fix a meal. Father, surely one of the everlasting gods has made your image more massive and brilliant in my eyes.
Oh, if only I were the man I once was when I sacked the city of Laertes, young and old, harness on my back, fighting off the suitors beside you. Oh, how I would have cut the knees from under. How your heart would have leapt with joy.
Come, Father, sit for supper. Stabbed him in the eye. Snap out of your wonder, old friend. Sit down. We've been waiting.
Master, you're back. We lost hope for the gods that finally brought you home. Does Penelope know the news, or should we send a messenger?
She already knows by now, old friend, so why occupy yourself with this?
Come now, let's eat.
The suitors in Odysseus' palace have all been killed. Their bodies are in pools of blood.
Not without the immortals did Odysseus commit these deeds. I saw an immortal appear as mentor and fight beside Odysseus. They drove all the suitors out the hall, and now they're dead.
The blame falls upon you for the events that occurred. You never listened to me or mentor. It was your son's senseless folly. So blind, so senseless, so reckless. They took away all the wealth, affronting the wife of a man so great and so powerful, convincing them that he would never return. Listen to me now. Let them rest. No attack.
Father, our high and mighty king, now let me ask you a question. Tell me the secrets hidden in your mind. Will you prolong the pain, the cruel fighting, or hand down pacts of peace between both sides?
My child, why do you pry and probe me so intensely? Wasn't the plan your own? You conceived it yourself. Odysseus should return and pay the traitors back. Do as your heart desires, but let me tell you how it should be done. Let both sides seal their pacts that he shall reign for life, and let us purge their memories of the bloody slaughter of their brothers and sons. Let them be friends like in the old days. Let peace and wealth spread throughout the lands.
One of you, go outside. See if the enemy is closing in.
They're onto us! To arms and fast!
Telemachus, you'll learn soon enough not to disgrace your father's line. All around the world we have excelled in battle prowess.
I'm fired up. I will not disgrace your line.
What a day for me, dear gods. What joy, my son and grandson vying over courage.
Laertes, pray to the bright-eyed girl and Zeus, and brandish your long sword and swing it fast.
Athena, guide my hand.
Wait! No men! Back down! Odysseus, court back! Don't hold the wrath of Zeus!
I would not wait to get that.
I've been through so much. Please.
I am so offended. You know you cannot move our bed. Why not? I don't know.
I hide nothing from you. The prophet Tiresias told me that I must rove through town carrying a well-planned oar until I come across people who know nothing of the sea. When another traveler falls in with me and calls away across my shoulder a current of air, I'll tell you the whole tale.